Hey guys, Talisa with the Nocturnal, and we are back at it again. Today we are live on the red carpet premiere for Stubert, out July 12th. Let's go check it out. So, a little birdie told me that you have an Uber rating of 4.7.
Oh, who told you that? Who out here snitching?
I have a question for you.
What's up?
What does it feel like to be a real life monster?
Wait, a real life what?
Monster. You have a 4.7 rating. What have you been doing to those Ubers?
Okay, if I'm being honest, you know, it's on those late nights when you're getting dropped off. I'm not. I don't remember. Sometimes it's a little fuzzy, and I think that's where my rating might have went down. But yeah, you know. I'm usually nice though. I'm sure I get 5 stars on the regular, but somebody put me down. But I'm tracking them down. You know, me and Dave friends now, so I might make a call and then we go handle business, bring my rating back up.
So you mentioned Dave. Let's pray on that rating. But you mentioned Dave. How was it working with Dave?
Oh, Dave is a beast. It's my man Ego. Hey, have y'all met
Small
Ego?
Dave. Small Dave.
Small Dave.
Have y'all met Ego yet?
Ego, get in here, Ego. Let's have a double interview.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys tell me, how was it like working with Dave? We'll watch for body language for clues.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Dave, you know Dave, right? He's really small.
The little guy, right?
The little guy is really,
Yeah.
really
It's
tiny.
hard to see him. He gets lost
really
in the
tiny.
crowd.
And you know, when Michael Dawes talked to me about hey, Iko, please choreograph with you against Dave Bautista. Okay, I'm done. I'm retired, man.
You handled it well, though. I saw you. Y'all got to come out July 12th, see this man do his thing. I'm serious.
We're definitely coming out. So, you did your thing. I'm assuming you did your own stunts, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? What about this one? Did you do your
I
own
always
stunts?
do my own stunt. What? You know a stuntman came and I was like, nah, my man, what you doing here? I was like, nah, I got this. You heard of Tom Cruise? I'm the Latino Tom Cruise. That's what I said. I said I'm the Latino Tom Cruise.
Those make sense.
I'll break my ankles up at this building, you know?
Just different beard, right?
That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Different beard. So tell me, working with Dave, you guys definitely have your chops with doing your stunts and whatnot. How was it at acting? How'd you expand yourself and actually stay in, I would assume, something that's funny but serious? How did you guys actually stay in character?
How about you, man?
Not easy.
No.
Not with
That's what I'm saying.
Kumail.
Exactly.
No.
Some of the stuff Kumail would drop, I'd be like, oh man, I'm on camera right now. I can't be laughing at this stuff. It was challenging because the content was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredible. It was like a master class in motion.
I think
Love that.
I think funny person is like a smart person, right? Because we can do it like like a really silly stuff, but it's not funny. But so I think Kumail is funny person ever I ever met.
Yes, it's very subversive humor that gets you, even 20 minutes later, you're giggling about it. Like, what happened?
Because he's not funny in front of the camera, but the off camera he's so funny guy, right?
It's hilarious. Some of the the subtle expressions that he'll make, it'll just break your concentration.
He can, like, switch on his face, like
It's so
hilarious.
great to watch.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I feel really lucky to see it in person.
Love that. So last question. Both of you guys are actors, right? Both of you guys have an impressive line of... I didn't know that.
I'm a
Professional sidekick. I was trying to get that job, and nobody's hiring.
It was on Craigslist. You didn't see it?
I didn't see it. I was looking. So, as actors, I have to ask this question. Did you guys ever, before your work started really picking up, and you could definitely put food on the table, who thought about being an Uber driver and who actually was an Uber driver? Time to confess.
Oh, y'all want to hear the truth?
The truth.
So I had this light bill, right?
Yeah.
And I had to pay it. No, actually, I did. I did one Uber ride one time.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
How was
I
it?
signed up. I went to Burbank, signed my car up. They said you good. I was like, all right, cool. I did one ride. I took one man. I picked him up at UCLA, dropped him off at LAX, and I was like, I don't think this is for me.
What happened in that ride?
Nothing bad. Nothing
You were
bad.
just driving, thinking about life, like, you know what?
You know what? I was chatting him up a lot,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I could do this, but I would do it if I had to. I ain't got no problem with that.
I love that. A hustler at heart.
Oh yeah, all
Love
that. You know, you gotta pay these bills.
You gotta pay the bills. Well, the light bill looks like it's gonna be staying on indefinitely, so.
At least for the next month or two. At least.
Definitely. And what about you? Any Uber
I got experience for Uber, when I took the Uber like from the application from my phone, because it's random, right? Uber is random, but the like beyond expectation, the driver was like my cousin.
Stop.
No!
Get out of here.
Did you know that ahead of time?
I kind of like I recognize the voice, right? Hello. I see that he's back, right? Hey Dave. He's like his named Daisy. Hey Daisy. Yeah.
You were like, Daisy, if you needed money, you could have called me. Like, come on.
I don't want to pay you, you know.
I want to know if did you get a discount? Did you get a family discount?
I have to pay like more, man.
You had to leave a tip. You know, it's family.
That's family, yep.
Well, thanks for talking to me, guys. And once again, congratulations. Congratulations.
How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you? So, quick question. Mixing comedy with action. How did you do that balance? Because I hear you did it fantastic.
Well, the action part is easy for me because I'm a physical performer. I mean, it's something I'm comfortable with. The comedy, not so much. So it was kind of a learning experience for me, but I really just kind of relied on my director and co-star.
Like, working with Dave, he's unassuming. His comedy he's very, he has a poker face, but he's a big guy, a massive man, and he has some acting chops. So it was a little difficult kind of holding your laughter when he was reaching for some of his more vulnerable moments, Yeah, that was probably my the most fun that I had with this is just mixing it up with him and trying different things on different takes and realizing that he has a great foundation as an actor, so we were able to play a lot,
I love that. So, I mean, it's always nice when you love your coworkers, but you also said you mix it up with a little action choreography. Did you do your own stunts?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Hey, she's reaching in there to see if there's any stunts to be done, to be had, you know what I mean? Waka pow! Well, no. The safe answer is no. The insurance answer is no. But
We'll take that as a yes.
Do my own stunts. No, we had a good time, and there's definitely some gags. I mean, this is an action film. It's an action film with comedy, and I miss that genre being mixed together. Those two different skills being mixed together. I kind of grew up on those back in the days in the '80s, watching the, like the 48 Hours or whatnot. This kind of is an ode to one of those,
I love that. I love that. Well, I know you're busy. The whole carpet's screaming for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Appreciate you.
I knew about Dave, but I didn't know how funny he was. And so I said yes because it was a great female character, and it was a character that maybe traditionally would have been a male character in an earlier iteration of this kind of movie, like a Lethal Weapon or something. And then getting to work on it, it was such a joy. Like, everyone was so wonderful and sweet and funny, and I found Dave Bautista to be like, he looks like a grizzly bear, but he's actually all teddy or even gummy. So, yeah.
She's excellent.
So, Mina, I have a quick question. What is your actual Uber ranking?
I don't know, but my daughter says it's really bad. Like, it's above a 4, but not much.
Kids and family will do that to you. I had family that got me kicked off of Uber Eats, so I feel for you.
Well, she didn't make me bad. She's just like, Mom, look how bad your Uber rating is. And I was like, but I always tip them, and I tip them like over 20%. Like, what else do they want? But maybe they don't want me to eat a muffin in the car or spill my coffee on the seat or bring my dogs. I don't know.
How about your best Uber experience?
I have great conversations with them. Like, I had this guy who was talking to me about how he does that paragliding stuff, and he was like telling me all about it and all his life story and how he'd come to California, and it was really an interesting connection. At the end of it, we hugged.
You hugged at the end?
Whoa.
I hugged this nice young Uber driver guy. I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
You've made it.
I guess so. It feels pretty big, which is awesome.
It looks pretty big.
Yeah, it's a cool experience. It's surreal.
So let me ask you, from a screenwriting point of view, how long did it take you to come up with the concept and actually get this down on paper?
The first draft, from concept to first draft, probably took about a month. It just it happened very quickly because it was a kind of script I've been wanting to write for a long time. It's like a great kind of homage to an 80s action comedy. So it happened fast. And then there were drafts, many drafts after that, which took a long time.
See, I was going to ask you about the drafts. It's so hard to write comedy action. I mean, it's something so easy to watch. Everybody loves it. But to write it, tell me about that process. Like, how did you actually sprinkle the humor around the action? Or was the humor intuitive and the action was like...
I would say the key to writing both comedy and action is to try to put characters in a situation where it just happens organically Don't force the humor. Don't force the action. Put them in a really strange, weird situation where there's a lot of conflict, and those things are just going to spiral out of it organically.
I love that. I love that. And is there a special scene that holds like a place in your heart that when you wrote it, you saw it, the actors had it acted out, and you were like, yes, you guys nailed it.
I would say a couple of scenes. I won't give too much away, but there's a scene in a strip club that is really, really, really funny. It's funnier than I ever thought it could be. But I would say there's a scene near the end between Kumail and Dave that's really touching and heartwarming. And watching these two guys that have been through hell and back bond is like the best part of the movie for me.
I love that. You know, it harkens back to 48 Hours, huh? That old buddy action film.
Yeah, it's two guys that initially hate each other, but they kind of learn to love each other weirdly through this adventure.
Now, do they love enough? Are we maybe looking at a Stuber 2, the lift edition?
That is absolutely not. That is not in my control. If someone wants to hire me to do that, yes, absolutely. Sign me up, I'll do it. But I think it's up to the studio. We'll see how it goes this weekend.
Studios, if you're listening.
Studio that's doing all this, yes.
Disney, Fox, the whole shebang.
Absolutely, please.
Well, good luck, and I hope that we see a Stuber 2 coming out soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's going to make maybe 3 weeks this time to write it.
Exactly.
Congratulations again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Tony, what was your inspiration for the soundtrack?
The inspiration was that chemistry between Kumail and Dave. It's just so awesome. That brotherhood. I know the movie starts out with them like going head to head, but to see that brotherhood form between them really inspired the music. I tried to craft the score so that you could feel even at the beginning that these guys were going to come together and like eventually be brothers forever. So, for me that was the best payoff at the end, to feel the score come together when they hug, so that was the inspiration.
Right. And when you see the score come together, how does it start? Like, do you have a vision in your head, or do you do something like, okay, this is my favorite song, and I'm going to build a soundtrack around this? You know how sometimes you watch something and you're like, I got a song for this.
That's a great question, and one of the things I love about my job is each film is different. So some films, you come in knowing what the filmmaker's looking for, you've had an inspiration and it's easy. Other movies you come in and you're like, I don't know where to begin. This film was like a combination of both. I hadn't scored a comedy in a long time, so I was like, okay, really nervous. But I spent a lot of time with the director, a lot of time with the editor, making sure the timing of the music was exactly right. And then also just talking with them about what was the music they grew up with? What was the music Michael Dowse grew up with? What's the music that Dave Bautista's character is listening to? What's the music that Stu is listening to? What's his music? What's on his iPod? You actually see that in the film a little bit. So that was all really just informing me how to put the score together.
I love that. And I know you have to go on your tight schedule, but final question. So as a composer, in an Uber, in a party, whenever music's played, are you that person that literally grabs and says, no, you're not doing it right. Let me put you onto something?
I'm too nice. I wouldn't do that. But if the music's really bad, I have to go. I have to just like make up an excuse, be like, yeah, I gotta go over here now. I'm like too nice. I would never tell anyone. But yeah, like it's hard to shut off. Sometimes if the music it's either has to be really good or really bad. If the music's really good, I'm like, yeah, like this is my jam. This is awesome. If it's really bad, I'm like, oh man, I have some earplugs maybe.
I love that. You're like too polite to say. And very, very last question: Spotify or Apple?
That is a complex question.
I love Spotify, the way that they bring new music to you, but the interface is like the worst.
I personally use Spotify a lot, but I know on behalf of artists, we're still figuring out how the finances work with how the artists get paid.
Oh, wow.
So Spotify is notoriously weird about paying the songwriters.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought they were for. No, that's Tidal. Tidal's for the artist.
That's why Tidal is really exciting. I mean, I've actually started switching into Tidal because not only are they better with paying the artists, but they also have a higher quality.
Okay.
A higher quality like streaming. So if you have a better internet connection, you could get better quality music. And for me, I have great speakers. I guess I have to say Tidal, I guess then.
You know what? I forgot about Tidal. After the 3-month trial expired, after Lemonade, I was like, okay, wow, that's a wrap for me. But you know what? You inspired me. I will go back to Tidal.
Try it out again.
Check it out, guys. Tidal.
Thank you. So lovely talking to you today.
So nice talking to you, too.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.